Good morning, everybody. Well, you know what today is. It is WADDUP Wednesday. And today is April 18th. Is time flying this year or what? I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. I woke up this morning and I had no idea what my topic was going to be. So I just kind of quickly went through my head as to pretty much what I've been talking about. So the one aspect of weight training, whether it's for hypertrophy or strength, is I'm going to talk about strength today. So what I practice is when I do spurts of just strength, not really worried about hypertrophy, is I'll use these 5 principles, okay, for strength. And this is in no particular order, so you might want to get a pencil and paper and write this down. So, volume. Volume is one of the 5 principles into this equation. And basically that equates to reps. Okay? When you're building strength, you want to stick between 1 and 5 repetitions. And then the next principle is going to be your intensity. Intensity, I talk about that a lot in hypertrophy training, but the same goes for strength training. Are you going to give it 85% or are you going to give it 100%? Whether or not you're going to do 1 rep, 2 reps, 3 reps, 4 reps, or 5 reps. Okay, you're going to need to adjust your intensity. Next principle will be the tempo. Okay, so basically on your strength types of programs, you're going to want to explode, and then your negatives are going to be about 1 to 2 seconds and then explode. Okay, you don't want to go really longer on the negative on a strength program. Your rest intervals are definitely different here on strength training. Basically, what I've always told people, including myself, is when I'm going for strength and then in between sets, it's really up to you. Take as long as you need to take that deep breath to get your mind mentally focused so you're ready to go in there and attack the weight that you're there to perform, whether it's a squat or a bench press. So with this, it's really when you're ready to take on another set, then go for it. Frequency. So what I usually recommend on frequency is if you're doing, say, 100% intensity, and maybe we're going for 1 rep max, okay, I would recommend 1 time per week on that. If your intensity is a little bit lower and it's about 85%, let's say, you could go ahead and train that same exercise 2 times a week. On top of all that, it's all about your attitude. It's all about your focus. It's all about your confidence and how much you're concentrating on the lift. With all that being said, there's a lot of neurological aspects that come into play here also, but I'll touch on that in another WADDUP Wednesday, because your central nervous system and your neurological portion of your body and your brain has a lot to do with that as well. When you're going for the 1 rep max, let's say, have a spotter there. Be careful. Make sure you have the confidence to perform that 1 rep at a certain weight. And obviously the object to gaining strength is to move up a little bit per week. Okay. Personally, I wouldn't jump right into a 1 rep max. Even myself over the years, I've always done 2 reps, because with me, for some reason, the first rep could be a little difficult, and then it takes me no time to kind of get in a groove, and where my second rep's going to actually be a lot better than stronger than that first rep. So I highly recommend that as well. Okay, so as far as strength goes, stick to your basic exercises. And I'm not talking about powerlifting here, because powerlifting, the techniques, the way you perform, let's say, a bench press is altogether different. Okay? I'm more or less talking about, say, bodybuilders in this case. Besides getting the plateaus, which I covered earlier, it's about, also breaking through the plateau of your strength, not just the hypertrophy. Okay, so I would recommend what I just covered. The volume, intensity, tempo, rest intervals, and frequency. As always, when you're going heavyweight, you know what I mean? And when you're up there to the 90%, 100% intensity, you want to have a great spotter. Don't do this on your own, because shit does happen. All right, so that's pretty much it on strength. Hit me up as usual. If you have any other questions, hit me up if you want me to cover certain topics. And hope that helps for your strength gains. All right. In closing, obviously nutrition is huge too. And I'm really big on nutrition, doing meal plans again, personal training again. So hit me up. All right. Peace. Have a good day, guys.